Do y'all remember how Diggy Simmons was on top of the world and had the industry eating from the palm of his hands? Well, he kind of dipped after that, and now after so many years, we finally know what happened to him to make him quit the industry as suddenly as he did, and y'all won't believe the messy situation he found himself in. Was he really bullied out of the industry? If there is one artist who everybody thought was going to be the next big thing, it's Diggy Simmons. He had the entire industry in a chokehold, and everyone had big hopes for him because he kept dropping hit after hit, and it was like he didn't know how to make a bad song. But then suddenly he just left the music industry and completely stopped making music. And the shocking thing is that he left when he was at the peak of his career. Like, he was really on his path to become one of the greatest. He was literally backed up by industry royalty, but then he just quit. And people have always wondered what really forced him to take this step, and it looks like we finally have all the answers that we need. Now, to give you some context, Diggy is actually the son of Joseph Simmons, aka Rev Run, who was a member of the legendary hip-hop group Run DMC. Also, Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam Records, is his uncle. So it's safe to say that Diggy grew up in the limelight and around music, so I guess that it shouldn't be all that surprising that he eventually went into music himself. One of his first music moves was joining the group All City Chess Clubs. The group was made up of big names in music, including Pharrell Williams, J. Cole, and a couple of other big names in the industry. He was only 15 at the time, so it's obvious that he was super talented. I mean, being a Nepo baby can only get you so far early in life, but the All City Chess Clubs didn't last very long because the group broke up soon after. It's not clear why exactly they broke up, but they only dropped one song. This didn't affect Diggy's career too much because he soon started making big moves in the industry as a solo artist. In 2009, he released his debut mixtape titled The First Flight. Again, he was only 14 or 15 at this time. He wasn't signed to any label at the time, and this was before streaming platforms got as popular as they are now. He released the mixtape on his personal blog, and it blew up almost immediately. He was probably helped by the fact that he was already a reality TV star and his dad was in the music industry. In case you didn't know, he appeared along with his family on the MTV reality TV show Run's House, which basically revolved around the day-to-day living of Rev Run's family. Anywho, the mixtape got more than 100,000 downloads from his blog, and he became hotcake in the industry because labels were dying to sign him. Speaking in an interview, he said, "The way I started everything was just personal. I was just recording songs by myself, and it escalated to my friends being like, this stuff is good, take it serious. So I did. I put some stuff up on YouTube, and this was the blog era. So I just kept making connections and meeting people on Twitter." Insiders revealed that more than 5 labels were fighting to sign him, but he eventually agreed to sign with Atlantic Records. This was a great decision because his career started growing even more from there. In 2010, Diggy released a cover of Nas's song Made You Look, and it was a massive hit that even Kanye West and Nas himself praised it. That same year, he released his second mixtape, Airborne, and again, it was a major success. He dropped his third mixtape in 2011 entitled it Past, Present, and Future, and again, he had a major hit with it. Like, he just didn't know how to make a bad song, and he was definitely not a one-hit wonder. And in the summer of 2011, he went on tour for BET's 106 & Park Closer to My Dreams tour, along with other artists like Tyga, Mac Miller, Mindless Behavior, Lil Twist. Diggy clearly enjoyed the tour because a few months later, he went on another tour. He joined Scream Next Generation Tour in the fall of 2011 with Mindless Behavior, Jacob Lattimore, New Boys, and OMG Girls. He finally released his debut album, Unexpected Arrival, in 2012, and again, another success. The wild part about this is that Diggy was still a teenager and he wasn't even 17 yet when all this happened. He turned 17 the day after his debut album was released, and it debuted at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 200, and he also won an NAACP award and a BET award. It was around this time that the pressure started to get to him, and I'm not just talking about the pressures that came with fame. I'm talking about the pressure that he faced from people who thought he was only successful because he was a Nepo baby. Many people thought that even though Diggy was rapping about the street life in some of his tracks, he didn't have the street cred. He grew up with a silver spoon, and he basically didn't really have to work as hard as other upcoming artists because everything was basically handed down to him. Diggy tried avoiding this conversation and didn't pay any attention to it, even though he knew people were criticizing him for his background, but then suddenly he just disappeared from the industry and nobody really knew what happened to him and what the real reason was. I mean, he continued to act like he is pretty known for his role in the hit TV series Grownish, but his music career was just on an indefinite hiatus. Well, he has finally opened up about what really forced him to leave music. Well, it turns out that he had faced so much hate and criticism for being a nepo baby that he eventually developed OCD and felt like he had to quit and didn't deserve the fame. In an Instagram post, he said, "I haven't released a music project in 6 years, all due to overthinking my ideas, my OCD, being too invested in the unknown, and the fear of an uncertain outcome. For years, I let my irrationalities and the negative perceptions of others overcome what I perceived of myself." In an interview, he also said, "I always could rap and I always liked to rap, but I strayed away from it completely. I didn't want people thinking I was doing this just because of my family. I've been in a time period of self-discovery and just becoming better mentally, coming into myself as an adult," he explains. "It's a transitional period, you know. After I released my first album, I had to take that time to myself and at the same time lay low and not overthink the creative process." Now, I know that Diggy is a nepo baby, but we can all agree that there are two types of nepo babies. Those who suck at what they do and are only successful because of their parents, and those who are genuinely great at what they do. I hate to say this because it may seem shady, but I think we all can agree that most nepo babies fall into the category of those who don't have as much talent as required for their level of success. I'm not going to name no names, but I think we can all think of a couple of nepo babies who fit right into this description. But when it comes to Diggy, he clearly fits right into the group of nepo babies who are talented and are good at what they do. I mean, he found a crazy amount of success as a child before he even became an adult, and I don't think that level of success would have been possible if he was a talentless nepo baby who was being pushed by daddy's money. So I don't think that it was fair of the industry to have pushed him out like they did, but he still managed to find some success in the acting niche. So if that's not him being super talented, then I don't know what is. Someone commented, "I never understood why people hate those who are successful, and being born into a privileged family helped open doors, but he still had to work for his success. I find the reason why so many people hate others is because their lives are a mess. I think he should just ignore the negativity and continue doing what makes him happy." Another person said, "Ironically, Diggy's family affluence still might have been his downfall in the music industry. If he had had people depending on his success, he might have pushed through the mental challenges like many other artists have done and continue to do, but because he had the luxury of stepping away from music and having everything else still be all good." And this other person commented, "I think he needs to keep putting music out there. Forget what people think. You have a lot of support from your fans, so do it to the fullest." But do you feel like the industry pushed Diggy out, or do you think that he was just too weak? Also, do you think that he should start putting music out again? Let me know what you think.
Damn, y'all, I gotta say, like, man, Diggy is a talented young man. Like, I remember those days when he was putting bangers out. He was like, what age was that? Like 15, 16 roughly, around before he turned like an adult. So like, it's just mind blowing, like, to think like a young man just like that, although like his family is wealthy or whatever, or his dad is from a music background as well, like, you know what I'm saying, Ron DMC, Russ Simmons, his cousin as well. Like, it's just crazy just to think like, yo, I just dropped music just because of haters hating on him. Like, I feel like if I was Diggy, like, I don't know, I'm just saying from my point of view, like, I wouldn't care. Like, if I really like what I'm doing, if I'm happy with what I'm doing, like, I wouldn't even let the hater bother me, you know what I'm saying? I would just do me. Like, I was like, y'all can chat whatever y'all want to say, but music shit is what I do, and it's what I love, and it's what keep me happy, it's what put a smile on my face, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, haters, y'all can chat y'all whatever y'all want to say, but I'm gonna do me. Like, I feel like he should have not given up music. Like, his music was just way beyond another level, that he was young and he could just, I don't know, man, but I'm just like, yo, that shit's just crazy. His music is just amazing. So I gotta say, I appreciate y'all for making it this far, and you haven't done so, please check out my previous video, the left or the right one, whichever one you prefer. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and that's the end of the video. Let's get it, you.